Right, buckle up, bitches. I got, cold turkey. Pussy-o. Take his pension. No. Fuck you, Steve. I'm blowing out of proportion because she was blowing him. While they're out here saving lives, riding dragons and fucking bitches. That's what I say.
Hi, can I order tea and 2 sugars, please?
Hello guys and welcome back to Tea and 2 Sugars. I'm Tatty, your host, who has had the most productive morning ever. I said morning, I'm making you my bitch. Monday morning, we are on the roll. I filmed like 6 videos this morning, all before 11:30. It turned 11:30. I said, I've got to get this shit moving. I've got to get ready to film the podcast. So what did I do? Filmed a video putting my rollers in, filmed to get ready with me for the podcast. So here we are. It's now 1:30. And I'm feeling funky fresh, feeling good to go. Last week was a lovely week, my dudes. I've taken up walking. I'm a hot mom on the go, hot MILF on tour. I went for a walk through a field. Now, I've walked through many a field these past 2 weeks, and the field I walked through was Sophia and Ellie on Friday. Beautiful. We're trying to find my friend Ellie a man. And there was a man in a tractor. And I said, we should speak to him. And they said no. So that was short-lived. We walked over many Styles, Harry Styles, and we went for a pub lunch. But the issue we had, it wasn't an issue at all. Basically, we timed it a little bit funky because the lunch menu finished at 2 and the garden menu started at 3. Naturally, we got there at 4 minutes past 2, which we were slightly prepared for. So we just sat and had a cheeky little drinky poo. I had a PM, Pepsi Max, which is going actually quite well, my dudes. I've got a selection of drinks here today. I've been having one fizzy drink a week. Oh, actually, sorry, one like Pepsi Max or Coke. I know Celsius is a fizzy drink, but you've got to let me have something, okay? Let me have something nice in my life at the minute. This one has been marinating in the fridge, so it's my last one. I need to place another order. But yeah, last week was so nice. I had a week. Oh my God, dudes. I walked and walked. I was like flipping Forrest Gump last week. Walked all around London. How I am visible to you all is unbeknownst to me. How I'm not wearing newborn clothes with the amount of steps I did last week. Unheard of. Me, Sophia, and India have our Apple Watches linked. And I said to Sophia, I don't know if you track my workouts as much as I track yours. She was like, no, you were really on it on Wednesday. I said, I was, Sophia, that I was. Right. Boiling point 2 sugars this week. First sugar, linking into the walking. I've loved being outside. And just, you know, when you hear people talk about the headspace that a walk and a run gives, it really does. I've really felt calm. Which for the week I've had should not be calm. And I really have found that, I know I speak about it very often, but working out is really helping my headspace. And it does really help. My stress levels were at 92 last Tuesday. I went for a workout, had a little chat with my PT Meg, and they came down to 67. Still about 50 points too high for my liking. But it helped. And then spending time with the girlies on Friday. This week, we're going to go, I think, they don't know this, but I think we might go to an ice cream parlour. We're going to go for a big walk, ice cream parlour, come home. I'm taking up netball. I used to play netball in high school every Friday. And now I'm going to go back and play netball again, which I'm super excited for because having hobbies in your 20s is what's important. Joe here crochets with his feet, his little toes. Somebody tagged me in a TikTok, I forget your name, I do apologise, of a little jelly cat like Joe in a chair. So I'm going to hunt him down a chair. I actually fucking love this little thing. Look how sweet that. Oh, it's so cute. Sometimes I don't appreciate Joe as much as I should. What a fucking legend. Anyway, so that was my first sugar. And my second sugar, yoga pants. Oh, how I felt sexual in these yoga pants. They're just like, ooh, tied on the hips. Look like I had a BBL. This is not funny. But when I was walking through London, I'd got my yoga pants on and this lovely little Tala jacket, since I had to replace my Adenola one after the zip bust on me. And I caught my bum in a window, and I thought, hell yeah. I got yams. And then a little bit later, a van full of men drove past me. And Kat called me. I was like, I fucking know, lads. I fucking know. You don't need to tell me. I know I look good today. I'm so good. Say it again. Anyway, my boiling point. What is my... Hang on, I know what it is. So it was my uncle's 70th birthday on Saturday. My mum just sent me a message saying, 5 p.m. birthday tea. I turned up in my yoga pants and my cute little Lululemon contour jacket. It was a fucking party. It was an actual party. I'd not been made aware of this. Okay, I'd have put a bit of dry shampoo in my hair, because normally when we do things like that, family tea, it's just quite cash. I wasn't expecting canapes and sandwiches, and I just wasn't expecting such an occasion. I said to Elizabeth, you simply must give me something to wear, because I am severely underdressed. And as someone who prides himself on being overdressed on many occasions, I did not feel good. I felt rude. And I was seeing people I'd not seen in a while, and I thought, I'm here in my yoga wear. So I went up to Lizzie's room, found half the clothes that I've given her, so I just put my old clothes back on, which is the benefit of having a younger sister, I guess. So that's my boiling point. Being underdressed when you pride yourself on being like a Jennifer Coolidge and being overdressed at all occasions. The drinks of choice today, we obviously have the Celsius. Now I have 2 mugs. I feel like I have options. I am going to keep the Celsius in the can. Can pop. Oh, yeah. I'm going to keep it in the can because I don't want to look at how phosphorus yellow this is today. Shan't lie. Did I tell you guys I'd finished my books? Did I? Guys, I finished the Empyrean series. I let it be known. I love Xaden. Zaddy. Shadow Daddy. I love Xaden Ryerson. I love Xaden Ryerson. And do you know what? It feels so good to say that. Sorry, Jordan. Learn how to control shadows and have a dragon, and then maybe we'll talk. I went to a dinner the other day. I was talking about these books. I was getting a bit giddy, girls. I was getting a bit fucking giddy. I think I prefer Xaden over Rhysand, which if any of you have not read ACOTAR or the Empyrean series, these don't mean shit. I suggest you go look up fan art or read the books, because these men, my dudes, wow, they're out here saving lives, riding dragons and fucking bitches. That's what I say. Anyway, back to Celsius. I'm not going to open that. However, in the Stanley, which I've learned is dishwasher proof. Whoa, this is where I'm at in life. Is it dishwasher proof? And I'm going to put that in the big mug because I had another mug to show you all, but I forgot it in the car. So we've got the big boy mug, and I've got ice in my apple and blackcurrant juice today because it's fucking red hot outside, and just putting ice in your drink makes you feel something. Do you know what I mean? I fear I'm going to spill this. Lizzie, would you mind doing the honours? Oh, Lizzie is wearing my old White Fox joggers. Anyway, we'll do first sip best.
Why is it so full?
Because I've got stuff to do today and I needed drinks. Do you know what? Taking a drink out with you, which my sister and my mum always do. Is that suckered in there?
It's
Quick,
suckered.
Quick.
Can you sucker it back up?
Oh. It's the shit with tongue. It's the fucking pressure. There we go.
Give me your arm so that
who's listening, I just got my tongue sucked into the straw of my Stanley Cup. Right, what am I doing? Okay, first sip, best sip of my apple and blackcurrant juice. It's weak. It's weak. Shit, I've messed up. I've messed up my proportions. Lip balm of the day, which I've not done in a while, is a Vive Bounce Balm. It's in my bag at the minute. But I'm really enjoying this one. Really enjoying it. Anywho, let's get into the stories today, my dudes. Oh, we've got some relationship drama in the house. So, this story is titled, The Girl Best Friend Who Ruined Everything. Story time. So you know how every guy seems to have that one girl best friend in your stories? Yeah, I have an Amy, my boyfriend Steve's so-called platonic soulmate. At first, I tried to be the cool girlfriend, never be the cool girlfriend, never. I told myself they're just close, it's fine, don't be insecure. But day one, Amy made it very clear that she did not like me. It was subtle things, like when I'd walk into a room, she'd go quiet or she'd only tag Steve in photos even when I was in one too. Fucking rude. It then got worse. I'd post a cute couple pic and within 30 seconds, Amy's commenting like, "You're glowing, Steve." Steve is 32 with a receding hairline and Botox wrinkles. Shut the fuck up, he's not glowing. Then one night, we're out at dinner and she casually brings up how Steve once said he doesn't believe in soulmates right after I had told everyone that I thought Steve was mine. The table went silent. Steve laughed it off, but I'm sat there like, what the actual hell? That is so catty. She is a different breed. Things finally came to a head on my birthday. Steve said he had something special planned. Well, that's a fucking first. Because that last boy who planned a surprise party for his girl best friend on his girlfriend's birthday, at least he's planning something. I'm thinking a nice dinner, something. I swear to fucking God, I have not read this story. I was thinking dinner, something romantic, but instead he takes me to Amy's surprise party. My birthday, he takes me to a surprise party for Amy. He'd forgotten about my birthday. I absolutely lost it. I left without saying a word, and guess who didn't come after me? Steve. For God's sake. Do you know what? I believe if you want to fight for your relationship, you go and get it. None of this, what will be, they don't want me. Go fucking fight for your relationship. If someone breaks up with you and you still want to fight for it, give it a fucking go. Go after them. Chase after them like in the film. Clearly, he doesn't want to be with you. Sorry, he doesn't want to be with you. For him to forget your birthday for one, take you to some other gal's birthday, and then not realise what he's done so wrong to then chase after you. The next day I confronted him. I told him it wasn't about the party, it was about everything, about Amy always being first. And do you know what he said? He looked me in the eyes and said, "You've never been okay with our friendship, have you?" Well, excuse me, sir. I put myself in some very uncomfortable, insecure positions to make you think that I was the cool girlfriend, that I did trust you and Amy, but clearly I hath been proven wrong. He says this like I'm the problem. So I packed up, blocked them both on everything and moved on. But here's the twist of it all. 3 weeks later, I get a DM from Amy's ex-boyfriend. He said the night of her party, ew, Steve stayed over. He saw his car parked outside her flat at 3 a.m. the next morning. So now I'm sitting here wondering, did they always have a thing or did I just get played by two people? Can't even admit it. I don't think they had a thing the whole time. I think they had sexual tension and they had this thing that like, ooh, we can't, but that's what makes it so fun. And we'll blah, blah, blah. As soon as you walked out of that party, he knew it's game time, bitches. He knew that you weren't going to come back. He knew that he wasn't going to be with you he knew that was end of conversation, point blank, period, full stop, exclamation point, end of paragraph, the end, period. And he just took it. He took it without anything being official. He took that as the breakup. Which pussy-o. You have to say, we are done. Be the man. Be a man. Grow some balls. I'm going to say it. Be the balls that Amy sucked on that night and break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, because I'm bored of these Steves. Yeah, I'm bored of them. I'm absolutely bored of these Steves not having the balls to break up with people, not having the balls to tell their best friends, their girl best friends, which that's not even a fucking real thing. I'm sorry, that's not a real thing. I'm going to say it. I'm sick of it. That they have a girlfriend. These barriers need to be in place, Steve. Just going to take a little sip of my drink. I didn't do first sip, best sip. So first sip, best sip. Oh, no, I did. Joe, what would you do in this situation? Exactly. Silent treatment. Ghost him. And do you know what? During a breakup, I do believe that ghosting / no, not ghosting, like, what's the word? No contact is the best way to be. Cold turkey. Cold turkey is the best way to go. I love turkey so much. Let them be. They're clearly made for each other because they're both fucking wankers. Oh my God, my mum at this 70th birthday party. Oh dear God, I've known this woman since I was a child. And my mum has known this woman since she was a child. She goes, oh, Tatty, come and tell Jane about the podcast. Starts showing Jane, this 70-year-old woman, the podcast. I went, don't do that, Heather. We're at an establishment. Don't get it up, especially not the gerbil episode, dear God, please. Also, I learned, so off topic the other day, people used to call my grandma Tatty. Did you know that? I did not. I nearly sobbed. I built a whole career of being called Tatty. And it was my grandma's name to start with. Also, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed. Going off on tangents, sorry. People call me Tats. Tea and two sugars. Tats. Ah, so clever. Anyway, let him go. You're going to find someone way hotter, way sexier, someone that's going to make the biggest deal over your birthday ever and not have a girl best friend. Odd moves from you, Steve. Odd moves. Hope you and Amy are really happy and you find yourself in debt. Yeah, I said what I said. Okay, let's go on to our next story. We're back with the birthers. Back with the birthers. Mother-in-law. My mother-in-law tried to replace me at my own wedding. All right, buckle up, bitches, because I tell you that Big Bertha, my now ex, I love it that this is caught on so quick. Big Bertha, my now ex-mother-in-law, tried to turn my wedding into her fairy tale. I wish I was exaggerating. So I was marrying Steve. How unfortunate for you. The love of my life, bearer of my children. I don't want to know. We'd been together for 4 years and I thought I knew his family pretty well. I mean, I knew Big Bertha. God, it's so funny. I knew Bertha was a little intense. Like, she'd still call him my gorgeous baby boy. She'd hold his hand. Trigger warning. She'd hold his hand in public, which was weird, and she tried to kiss him on the lips. But I figured, okay, she's just overprotective and harmless, right? No. Wrong. The red flags starting piling up like washing as soon as we got engaged. She insisted on being involved in everything. Cake tasting, she tagged along. Wedding venues, she showed up uninvited. I'd hit her with my car. I'd simply hit her with my car. She even tried to change the colour scheme of my wedding dress that I had already ordered. She said whitewashed me out and should let someone with a more traditional let someone with a more traditional figure take centre stage. Get fucked. What does that even mean? Also, Bertha, I'm wearing white because I am a pure angelic virgin. I am pure, I am angelic, and I am lovely. You ratty ass head woman, saggy woman, should wear brown because you the shit. I mean, not the shit, but here we go. The worst part is we're taking pictures. I'm ready for a few shots of just Steve and I, standard wedding portraits. Bertha just wouldn't move. She would not get out of them. So the photographer's like, okay, this is like that other woman. Okay, just the bride and groom now, she'd jump in like it was her fashion debut. She hired her own makeup artist for full glam. She had a bold red lip. She's on my vibe. Bertha is on my vibe. She's showing up in a bold red lip and not a single ounce of shame. At one point, the photographer whispered, is she supposed to be in every single shot? No. So I pull Steve aside and I'm like, can you please talk to your mum just for 5 minutes? I want pictures of just us. And this man, my groom, says to me, but she's so happy. Can't we just have her in this moment? No, we can't, Stephen. Tell your mumma to get lost. I swear to you, I nearly walked down the aisle alone after that. Weeks later, we got the wedding photos back. And guess what? The USB from the photographer had been tampered with. All the photos of just me had been deleted. They never existed. Every image had Bertha right in the middle, holding Steve's arm, beaming like she was the one that's just got married to him. I confronted her and she straight up said, well, you'll be gone. Oh my God, I fear this woman's out to kill you. I fear this woman has a hitman murder plot against you. I confronted her and straight up said, well, you'll be gone one day, but I'll always be his mother. Imagine computing those words in one's brain, formulating a sentence, letting them get to the mouth, using the vocal cords to push the air through the vocal cords, for that sentence to come out of your mouth. The silence that followed was deafening. So yeah, I filed for divorce 3 months later, but honestly, should I have left her at the altar instead? Yeah. She's clearly so in love, romantically in love with her son. If there's any mothers of boys out there, you simply must let me know what the heck goes on with some of you. Because it's barbaric the way you guys are loving on your sons. It's strange. To hold his hand in public, like a nice link of the arm. It's still lovely. It's still caring. It's still wholesome. But like to interlock the fingers, rancid. Absolutely rancid behaviour. And to kiss him on the lips. It's like is it Billy Fair's husband where they're like fucking snogging? Just don't snog your parents. I thought this was a lesson that we all knew. Clearly not. Yeah, rinse him in the divorce, hun. Fucking rinse the bastard. Get everything you can out of him. Take his pension. I'm so sorry. You'll find a man one day that his mum will love you and will want you to have your own moment at a wedding and will be there to appreciate the love you have between that partnership. And she will appreciate her space as a caregiver to her son, who she's not that involved in his life. Do apologise for her behaviour. Bertha, find your own husband. Preferably not your son. Okay? Goodbye. Okay, we're switching it up with some friendship drama. My best friend was secretly competing with me my whole life. Story time. I don't even know where to begin with this one, as my stomach is still turning. Amy and I had been best friends since we were about 12. We were ride or die. We told each other everything, and we had always said that we would be each other's maid of honour. We did everything together. We decided we'd go to the same college and the same uni, and even ended up working at the same company. People used to call us the twins, even though we looked nothing alike. Hey, twins cannot be identical. Okay? We shouldn't assume. But somewhere along the way, it stopped feeling like a friendship and started feeling like there was some sort of unspoken competition between the two of us. When I started seeing my boyfriend, we'll call him Steve, He was kind and funny and got on with my family. And he was genuinely the first guy I could see a future with. Oh, that's lovely. Amy met him and was all smiles. She was like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. But I noticed she'd always be touching his arm when she laughed. She's like, get off my boyfriend. She'd tag him in memes. Once, she even texted him when I didn't reply fast enough saying, just making sure you're treating her right. When I was at the gym, that's why I wasn't replying to you. It's got absolutely nothing to do with Steve. Oh, and by the way, there's a little winky face attached to that. It felt weird. But again, I brushed it off because I was like, this is Amy. Yeah, of course. You have spent your whole life with this girl. She is your sister from another mister. You have always led the same life paths. So why would she be acting weird? Then came my promotion at work. I was absolutely over the moon by this. I ran to her house with a bottle of Prosecco and I'm like, babe, I did it. She smiled and hugged me and said, I'm so proud of you. But that same night, she posted a long status about how some people get handed things in life whilst others have to work for it. Coincidence? I think not. I was like, this feels weird. This feels like it's aimed at me. Yeah. The final straw, though, and brace yourself, was my birthday. What is going on with these birthdays? He invited all my friends, booked a beautiful private room, and it was perfect. Until Amy got up to give a toast. Sit down. Unless you have been asked to give a toast, don't be fucking... Everyone, hi. Yeah, I'm Amy. For those of you that this is Joe, I'm Amy's I'm Susan's best friend. Okay. She is the bestest friend. Don't be doing that unless you've been asked. Stay sat. Lunatics. She says, I kid you not, to my best friend, to my best friend, who's always been the lucky one. She was lucky with grades, lucky with love, and lucky with life. But hey, some of us learn to be strong, whilst others are handed things on a plate. Shut up. The room went dead silent. Even Steve looked like he wanted to crawl under the table. We left early, obviously, and I cried in the car. Oh, honey. That's really devastating. She clearly has a lot of jealousy pent up about you. I mean, she's been your friend long enough, so she's got enough ammo. And she clearly thinks that she's working so much harder than you are. You're just working smarter, not harder. That's why, hon. You know what you're doing. And that's when he told me something that made my blood boil. Whoa. He said, I didn't want to ruin your birthday. But Amy messaged me a few weeks after we'd started dating. She asked if I no. She asked if I was really serious about you. And if not, she'd love to grab a drink with me sometime. I bet she fucking would. I bet she would, because she's so insufferable and so narcissistic, insecure, and got absolutely nothing going for her that she feels like the only way to get people is by stealing other people's boyfriends. I was done. I confronted her and she denied it. She blocked me straight away, then unblocked me 2 days later. That's embarrassing. First of all, that's embarrassing. Ew. If you're going to block me. Do it with chest, you know? She blocked me 2 weeks later to send one last message. You'll always be ahead. This girl is weird. You'll always be ahead, but I'll always be watching. Like, girl, is this some friendship or psychological thriller? So now I'm out here wondering, how do I even recover from realizing my best friend was the secret enemy the whole time? She literally said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. She took that to an nth degree. I've been learning something recently about agency. Now, high agency people and low agency people. You are clearly a high agency person. Amy is clearly the lowest of the low agency. Now, the best way that people describe this is, say you are randomly you get stuck in a prison in like Brazil. Like, this shit is no joke, dangerous, like tomfoolery is going on in this prison. You need to get out. You've been falsely accused and you're in trouble. Who is the person you call? Everyone's got that one person, and they have high agency. They're a high agency vibe. They get shit done. They happen to life. Low agency people is if you got stuck in a plastic bag, you still wouldn't call them. They are low agency, and they are described as life happens to them. This is a very clear dynamic here of you have high agency, you are a boss bitch, you know what you're doing, you work for stuff, you happen to life, you take whatever circumstance you're in, you make it the best. Amy, however, you're out here finding your own boyfriend, meanwhile she's just trying to take what is in front of her at the time. She can't even be asked to go out and get on Hinge and message a couple of people. Get on Tinder for all I care. Plenty of fish. Let's take it to, what's it called? Hello, Cupid. You know, let's get real desperate with this shit. You're clearly completely different people, and, you know, I'm really glad that you have found this information out about her now before you made her your maid of honour, because that would have been a whole scenario. She'd be out here like Bertha trying to knit your own wedding. She already tried to knit your boyfriend when you first got started. And I'm really proud of Steve for telling you that at the time. I wish he'd have told you a little bit sooner, but there's only so much you can do, and he's obviously not wanting to upset you. Amy is a jealous biatch. Say it with me, Joe. Jealous biatch. Jealous. Jealous biatch. Fuck her off. Get her out of your life. I can't believe she unblocked you. That's absolutely hilarious. I'd be concerned for your safety. I'd get a Ring doorbell, and maybe like a big dog. Like, you know, to protect you at all times. And tell Steve, like, I feel uncomfortable that she sent me this threat. That's all I have to say on that situation. I'm ever so sorry that she is an absolute lunatic. And I wonder at what point she started to turn. And she started to get all, for my Empyrean series readers, venom with it. Like, she started, like, get jealous eyes. There must have been a point. And it's now when you read it back, you're saying, like, you went to the same uni, you went to the same high school, got the same job. You were always, I say this all the time, you were always on the same level. And until you started doing better, that's when she's flipped her switch. And I'd be interested to know, like, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to Loughborough. And she'd be like, oh, I think Loughborough, I'd like to go to Loughborough as well. Or whether she said, like, I'd like to go to Oxford. And you've said, oh, yeah, Oxford's out. Like, who has been making the plans here? Because that will say a lot about your situation. That's all the advice I can give. Get a Ring doorbell and a big dog. And keep an eye out for red flags for friends like that in the future. But congratulations on your promotion, Gil. Hope next birthday's a little bit better. And hope you and Steve get married and have lots of babies. Bye. This story is titled, They All Lied to Me and Blamed Me for Ruining Everything. Story time. Now, I'm sure you've all heard of a love triangle and even heard of messy in-laws, Bertha, but nothing compares to me for what went down with Steve and Amy and my whole family. Let me set the scene for you. I've been dating Steve for 2 years. He's super charming and generous, helped me through the worst time in my life when my dad passed away. I'm so sorry to hear that. Honestly, I thought he was the one. And when he proposed last Christmas in front of my entire family, I said yes without even thinking. Please do let me know your thoughts on a Christmas Day proposal. Personally, not for me. I like to have a special day for anything. But I do know people that have got engaged on Christmas Day, and I'm sure they don't really fucking care that much. Do you know what I mean? But that's when things started to shift. First, Amy, my cousin, who I've grown up with like a sister, started acting really, really odd. I'm talking cold, passive-aggressive, pulling out of being a bridesmaid. Oh, no, pulling out of bridesmaid duties last minute, showing up late to everything, even leaving early for my engagement party without saying goodbye. She said, see ya, I'm Irish exit in this situation. When I asked her what was going on, she said, you'll figure it out eventually. Do you not know I'm preoccupied, planning a whole wedding here, hon? Just tell me. Be bold with it. You're bold enough to leave my engagement party early. She was being super cryptic. It just really makes me giggle. Then there was Bertha, Steve's mum. Now, I knew she was intense, but she got so controlling. She started telling me how I should do my hair for my wedding, what dress shape flattered me most despite my body type, and even tried to convince me to wear her old wedding dress. I found my mum's wedding pictures the other day. Jesus, what a woman. I don't feel like I've ever seen my mum's wedding dress. She had a little blazer over the top because they got married in September the 28th, if you care. So she had a little blazer underneath. Oh, this dress is so stunning. Like, it was absolutely timeless. Anywho, it was giving I wish I was the bride, not mother of the groom. Here's where the walls came crashing down. 3 weeks before my wedding, I got an anonymous message, literally just one line. You don't know what you're walking into. I thought it was spam until 2 nights later I caught Steve on the phone, whispering in the kitchen, saying, she can't find out, not now. What? Do you know who wouldn't do this? Shadow Daddy Zayden. Actually, that is very Shadow Daddy Zayden. But he's probably like plotting something incredible. Anyway, I demanded answers. He told me it was just work stress, you know, the classic. The next morning, Amy shows up at my door crying, oh, get lost, Amy. Respectfully, take yourself off my doormat. Remove yourself. Far, far away from me. I haven't got the... Oh. She says she needs to talk to me. She tells me that her and Steve have history. Ba-ba-bam! Like, not just a one-night mistake situation. It had been a full-on affair that lasted 6 months into my relationship with him. And do you want to know when it ended? Do you want to know when it ended, everyone? Well, guess what? It hadn't ended. It was still going on. She only came clean because Steve told her he was thinking about calling the wedding off to be with her instead. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Same, sis. Let's just take a second. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. I felt like I couldn't breathe. My cousin and my fiance. I confronted Steve and he didn't deny it. Just stood there. Oh, really wind me up. Just stand there like a lemon. Like a fucking lemon. He didn't deny it, just stood there and said, we didn't mean to hurt you. We just got carried away. Well, do you know what, Steve? What if I just get carried away with your dad, with your uncle, with your brother? Fuck it. Let's take it to your granddad if he's alive. Fuck you, Steve. I can get carried away as well. And it'll be with someone a hell of a lot more sexy Zayden Shadow Daddy vibes than you. You loser. Granddaddy Zayden. Right. It gets worse. How? How? When I told my mum, do you know what she said? Ah! Kicking my legs. Well, honey, Steve and Amy always did have chemistry. Eh? We're going through all the fucking lessons here. We've got history. They've got chemistry. They're going to have fucking physics next. We're going to be making some sort of friction. What other lessons could they have? Maths, 1 + 1 = 2, because next thing we're going to know, Amy's pregnant. That doesn't make any sense in my brain. Should be 1 + 1 = 3. Anyway. Shut up, Mum. Respectfully. Sorry, was I the only person in the situation who wasn't actively rooting for the betrayal? I called off the wedding that day, packed my things, left the family group chat, blocked literally everyone except my dog. Not the dog. But here's what I still can't get over. They all blamed me for blowing it out of proportion. I'm blowing it out of proportion because she was blowing him. That's why we're in this situation. Apparently I was not being mature enough to understand complicated love. You need to leave. Take fucking Nick the dog. Take the dog. That's ridiculous. Like, am I insane or did I dodge the most toxic family tree to ever grow? Yeah, chop the tree down, I say. Call deforesters. Get them involved. What a stupid bunch of people. That's just horrific. And for your own madre, your own mother, to not stand beside you, I've always said, you could have hit Steve with your car and she should have said, well, Steve shouldn't have been in the way. That's how that conversation should have gone. I find it ridiculous that none of these people are taking your feelings into account. Not only have you had to deal with Amy, you've had to deal with his fucking mum being a lunatic and now your mum being a lunatic. Do you know what? Maybe they should all just be one happy family. We have so many stories where people have these weirdo families and they go off and they make an incredible life for themselves. I think you need to do the same. Take the dog, get a van life yourself to peace, become a famous, make shit tons of money, write a book about the whole situation, then you're going to get an ebook deal. You're going to be so fucking rich that they'll be so embarrassed and you'll win at life. That's what Joe did. Now look at him. Clearly he's the happiest little cup there's ever been. I'm so sorry that no one has been here to back you up. I'm on your side, Joe is on your side, and I'm sure everyone that listens to the pod is on your side. If you want to give the girly pop who has written this in some encouraging words, please do in the comments below, because we've got your back, sis. We won't do you dirty like these lot have. Love you. We're taking it to the workplace. We're getting HR involved. This one is titled, My Boss Promoted Me Just to Set Me Up. Story time. Tell me why I was living my corporate baddie dream. It turns out I was actually just the main character in someone's revenge plot. Well, I did not see that coming. I work in marketing. It's glamorous from the outside. Oh, hun, don't I know it. But really, just endless emails and pretending to care about fonts. I'd been bursting my butt. You'd been popping your fucking pussy for about a year straight, staying late, hitting every target, doing the work of 3 people while getting paid that of half a person. That happened to me, and it's the worst feeling in the world. I quit, became an influencer, grew my page by 1 million followers in 6 months. Felt like a good revenge plan, do you know what I mean? Anyway, not to blow my own trumpet, toot toot. One day, out of the blue, my boss, we'll call her Amy, because of course we'll call her Amy. She calls me into her office. She's smiling like she just won the lottery and goes, we've been watching your progress and we think you're ready for more responsibility. Thank you, Amy. And I'm hoping that more responsibility is going to come with a fat paycheck, because you know for a fact I'm not taking anyone else's role without getting their salary as well. I'm like, oh my God, is this it? Am I about to be promoted? Spoiler, I was. She makes me interim manager while she goes on her little spiritual retreat to Bali. I'm thrilled. I updated my LinkedIn. I buy a new blazer. I live for this moment. Stunning. The moment she leaves, things get weird. Deadlines start moving without notice. Clients never worked with are emailing me asking why projects are late. Co-workers are being weirdly cold. Group chats going silent when I message. That's the worst. Oh, that's painful. You know, when you like got a convo going and you chime in and then crickets. Just crickets.
That is not the sound of
A cricket. What cricket would you?
The sound of the Grim Reaper.
I think that sounds exactly like a cricket. Cricket sounds. What? That's exactly what I just did. That's exactly what I just did. Shut up. One guy even accidentally... No. One guy actually screen shared a convo that literally said, let's just let her crash and burn. She'll be gone in a month. We're going to circle back to this moment because I have a story of my own to share. I started digging. Turns out, before Bertha left, She reassigned all the worst accounts to me, ones that were already failing. She shifted deadlines without telling me and told the exec team that I wanted to prove myself by taking on more. Oh, and the best part of all of this, she gave her actual favourite, this guy called Steve, a heads up on everything. They were emailing daily from her yoga retreat. It's not very zen of you, Bertha, is it? So when I brought all this up to HR, do you know what they said? It sounds like you weren't ready for leadership. Fuck off. Then, the plot twist of all plot twists. A week later, I found out Amy, the new intern who has just joined, is actually Bertha's niece. And guess who's already suddenly started acting like the manager while I'm being reviewed? Yep, Amy, the intern, who couldn't even figure out how to forward an email. So now I'm sitting here wondering, do I let this shit burn? Yes. And start over somewhere else, or do I go full petty, collect every receipt and take them all down with me? Because believe me, I kept the emails. Okay, here's what I'd do. I'd get all of it into a big file like this. And I'd be like, hi, this is my evidence. And you show one thing. And then when they try and counteract that, you go, well, that's actually funny because on Tuesday the 28th at 2:47, Steve sent this email. And you play it like that. And you just catch them in their lies. Because it sounds like HR are dicks. They're not here. And then you go, and also, to go from an intern to a manager is not a correct career path. That is not how things are done. It's breaking code of conduct. So, therefore, I'm lawyering up. And I'm taking it legal, bitches. You then sue them for all they're worth, take all their money. You get rich as fuck. You set up your own marketing scheme. And you do what? Girl boss the situation. Play the long game with it. Just keep your head down for a bit. Keep collecting these receipts. Keep collecting the emails. Get a nice printer. Print it all out. Make it a Canva presentation if you do so wish. Don't put too much effort into it though. Get a fat payout from that. Unfair dismissal. That's what you want. That, yeah. Unfair dismissal. Why do they hate you? Well, I don't know why they hate you so much. Oh, I know why. It's because you're really talented and you're actually good at your job. And people hate it when people do well. Cheers to that. Anyway, what I was going to tell you about the messages. So one time I was working at a place and Jordan had asked if I could send him like £1.17 for some milk he'd bought. And I was like, this is how tight my boyfriend is with money. He was a student at the time, so I'll let him off. And I goes, look, guys, and showed them the thread of mine and Jordan's chat, including this girl who we'll call Amy. Now, Amy was a bitch, right? She was a bitch. She was all right to get on with. She was nice to not work with. We'd be friends if we weren't working together, but when she was at work, she was just a twat. Above that message, I'd put, Amy is doing everyone's head in today. She saw the message. She saw me say that. And at the time, I wanted to crawl into my own arse. But then I thought, well, you shouldn't be a bitch then, should you? You know, shouldn't be a bitch. I thought if I was being a bitch to someone and I saw them say that to their partner, I'd be like, meh, there. Anyway, hope you're okay, Amy. Hope you're doing well. But that is all the stories we have time for today, my dudes. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you had, make sure to give us a nice little like. You can comment on Spotify and YouTube if you wish. It really does help out the channel. I have big goals for our YouTube channel by the end of the year, and we're doing so well so far. But listen, nearly half of you lot aren't subscribed. No, over half of you guys. Hang on, let me do some maths here. Like 1% of you lot that listen to this podcast aren't subscribed. Are subscribed. 98% of you lot aren't subscribed. It really does help out. And if you want to see the podcast grow, I feel so passionate about this podcast because I can't do anything else. Clearly, I can't do maths. But I'm trying to do a Stephen Bartlett and be like, 62% of you aren't subscribed. But please do subscribe. You'll get notifications every Wednesday when we post. And honestly, just come for the good times because I have content go out every single day on this page. And I started the pod because you guys wanted more from me. So here you are. I'm giving you more. Please subscribe. Please help me. I'm not desperate. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to give us a 5-star review if you've enjoyed it. If you've not, don't worry about it. Just forget I ever said that. If you do want to send in a story, you can do so via our socials. If you head to either TikTok or Instagram, there is a link in the bio where you can send in a story on my little drop form. Please add pictures. I like looking at your faces. It's so interesting to see who I'm actually talking about. And yes, I shall see you next week, my dudes. Keep shining. Have a fantastic week. Stay sexy. Read the Empyrean series. And we can chat about it. Love you all. Mwah! That's it. Bye.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.